So, for today's physical riddle, we are going to fold a piece of paper. Again, don't pay any attention to what's on the paper. This is just some scrap paper. Now, the trick is to fold a piece of paper in half 10 times. I've got a fairly thin piece of paper. I'm going to fold it in half once, crease it nice and good so it's a good fold. I'm going to fold it in half twice, crease it nice and good so it's a good fold, so that's 2 folds. So, let's see if we can get this to 10 folds. Now, you can do this during class or you can do this after class. See if you can fold a piece of paper 10 times. I'm going to stop the video now and we can move on with the rest of the class. Okay, now remember, we had 2 folds already. Now we're going to make it 3 folds. Four folds. 5 folds. 6 folds. And I'm afraid that's it. I can't make it a 7th fold. So, how many times were you able to fold your paper? What kind of paper did you use? And what kind of paper would you need in order to fold a piece of paper 10 times? Also, as you notice, this paper, even if I squeeze it really flat, it's getting thicker. How thick would a piece of paper be if you folded it over 10 times? So what's going on with this paper folding nonsense? I'm sure as most of you found out, you weren't able to fold any piece of paper in your house more than 7 times. And that is what conventional wisdom tells us. Before the 2000s, nobody had ever folded any piece of paper in half more than 7 times. This is because every time you fold a piece of paper, the surface area decreases by half every time you fold it in half. And every time the surface area decreases, the harder it becomes to fold the paper. Now, it is true that some people have managed to fold paper in half more than 7 times, but these people were an extra smart science student who used a very, very special long roll of toilet paper that was 1.2 kilometers long. And she managed to fold it 13 times, and the Mythbusters, who by starting out with a piece of paper as large as a football field, managed to fold the paper without tools 8 times, and using a super hydraulic compression press, they managed to fold the piece of paper 11 times. There have been a few other records, but they're debatable. But basically, every time you increase the surface area, it becomes much, much harder to fold. There are some things that can make it easier. So, you have thicker paper and you have thinner paper. Which do you think you can fold more? You have stronger paper, you have weaker paper. Which do you think you can fold more? Larger paper, smaller paper? Think about these questions. Run your own experiments. It's a fun little experiment that doesn't take up much time and that you can just do in your spare time. Enjoy!
Back over at NASA, our team is finding out that folding a football field-sized piece of paper isn't exactly a breeze.
For instance, the fact that it turns into a giant windsock with the littlest bit of a breeze. There's air trapped underneath it.
But they managed to rein in the billowing parachute without any tears for an official Fold 1.
Let it fall. Pull the slack. Oh, that was beautiful.
They reposition for the next crease.
We're gonna fold that direction.
It's like trying to fold the world's biggest bed sheet.
It's crumpling in weird ways. It's not folding smoothly.
But the team manages to smooth out the wrinkles and make folds 2, 3,
Hey, notice we're all getting a little closer?
4, 5,
Everybody to this side for 6.
and 6. Neat and tidy tuckings.
It's actually like an airbag.
However, with each pass, the additional layers make it harder to heave over. And at Fold 7, everyone and everything is starting to puff.
A lot of air. Yeah, and it's not going down. There it is. Yeah, push your foot.
7 is squashed out. Now, the team is about to go for 8. If they achieve this, they will bust the 7 paper fold myth.
See how everybody's very quiet?
because we're all anticipating busting this myth. We folded it 7 times. We're about to go for number 8.
Looking good. I think we're gonna do it.
The paper tries to dig in its heels, but is losing its grip.
Come on.
It sure feels satisfying to beat a paper myth to a pulp.
If you draw a line